In our state of Idaho, education is an issue. According to the nation's report card, the percentage of Idaho fourth graders who are at or below proficient in math is 38%. Reading proficiency is at 36%, and writing proficiency is only 22%. Proficiency in science is the highest at 39%. NAEP report cards home. Not one of these categories is half of our children in Idaho. Not one. I propose that the lack of education competency in Idaho is most effectively countered by the United Way of Southeastern Idaho. My name is Shawnee Smith, and I am an active member of the Pocatello community. My family actively supports the community of Pocatello. Annually, we donate $500 to the United Way of Southeastern Idaho. I am also a member of the PTO of my child's school in order to support her and the other students attending her school. To prepare for this speech, I extensively researched up-to-date local and national data, and I also spent hours of time researching various facets of my topic to adequately educate myself. Now, I would like to tell you a story about a young child in our community. This child is a 5-year-old girl whose name is Sally. I'd like to give you some insight to her situation. Coming from a single-parent home, Sally didn't get the opportunity to attend a preschool facility. Money is tight in the home, making necessities the top and only priority. Her parent spends a lot of time outside of the home in order to work the hours necessary to get by. As the first few months of kindergarten pass, the teacher notices that Sally is struggling with foundational topics such as the alphabet and counting. The girl has missed many days of school in this short period of time. Realizing that attendance is pivotal to a student's success, the teacher brings up her concerns with Sally's parent. Throughout the kindergarten year, Sally continues to fall further and further behind. Going to school becomes Sally's nightmare. She has extreme amounts of anxiety during class, and in order to distract herself from that, she begins fidgeting when she should be listening. By the end of the year, Sally only knows half of her letters and even fewer of their sounds. On the IRI, a test administered to kindergartners to assess the student's knowledge, she scored well below proficient. Fast forward to Sally's 4th grade year. A trend is formed and Sally is not meeting the educational benchmarks that she is expected to. Fast forward again to Sally's freshman year of school. She has no interest in school and skipping has become a common occurrence. Finally, Sally chooses to drop out. Situations like this are not just contained to Sallys of the world. The majority of Idaho's younger generation struggle to meet education requirements that are expected of them. The United Way of Southeastern Idaho focuses its efforts on 3 pillars of community well-being. One of these pillars is education. This foundation creates and constantly supports solutions that are specific to Southeastern Idaho's educational needs. The United Way's approach makes for stronger communities and stronger people. There are 2 main arguments in support of the United Way Southeastern Idaho to reinforce education in our local schools. The United Way is a trusted organization with proven results. The United Way focuses its efforts on 3 pillars of community well-being. Education, financial stability, and health constitute these 3 pillars. These 3 sectors are intertwined with one another. The education of a community is dependent on its financial stability as well as its health. The more financially stable an individual is, the more likely they are to invest more of their time and effort in their child's education or their own. The healthier an individual is, the more likely they are to consistently attend school, which is pivotal to success. The United Way has seen 125 years of success. This organization has learned to adapt to the needs of the times. What worked 50 years ago may not work today, and the United Way knows this. Due to the changes in needs, the United Way uses the local community's knowledge of the current issues to create solutions. To be in existence this long, an organization must see a certain level of success. Globally, there are 9.8 million donors. This money is donated in specific areas and stays in those areas as a resource. The money donated is contributed to education through literacy, youth development and mentoring, family education, early childhood development, and after-school programs and summer learning opportunities. Throughout the world, there are 2.8 million United Way volunteers making a difference. While the United Way's approach to better communities has become global, the success is in individual communities. The United Way of Southeastern Idaho is a local organization with local solutions. The members of the board of directors are all local citizens in the 5-county district. Each member is affiliated with a local organization or corporation. These organizations include the City of Pocatello, the Chubbuck-Pocatello School District, Monsanto, and Farm Bureau, just to name a few. With the 19 local members of various backgrounds and knowledge, focused solutions are created. The local dollars that have been donated in southeastern Idaho have improved education by providing 492 children a safe after-school program. Local donations have also allowed for 562 pairs of mentor and mentees that work together toward academic achievement. These types of solutions are geared towards what works with our Idahoan youth to improve their education. So if the United Way helps to create higher standards of education in communities, what is wrong with this proposal? The first objection is an issue of affordability of donation for an individual. I personally understand the issue of being able to afford financial donation. I am a full-time student and my significant other works full-time, making our household dependent on one income. In order to be financially stable, we created a budget that is both realistic and manageable for our situation. With this budget, we realized we could make $9.50 weekly contributions to the United Way of Southeastern Idaho, which annually comes out to be $500. Donations do not have to be large sums. The United Way of Southeastern Idaho does not have a minimum donation limit. Whatever an individual can spare leads to a larger total in the end combined. Financial constraints are an objection of financial donation, but there are more objections. The second objection is that starting the donation process is inconvenient. The United Way has many types of donations. These include one-time payments or have a donation taken directly from a paycheck. Depending on a person's circumstances, the United Way has a solution to make donations doable. The steps to donate are simple. Donating at a local office, such as the one in Pocatello, is always an option, although the easiest solution is to go online and make a donation at the United Way website. On the website, you can choose what amount you would like to donate. There are also options for where you would like your money to go, such as local communities in the United States, United Way worldwide, or global communities. To donate online takes only about 5 minutes of time. When we analyze the objections to donating, we can see that they are not detrimental like initially thought. And donating to the United Way of Southeastern Idaho is an effective solution to Idaho's educational issue. To educate, the education of Idaho's youth is important, and right now our students are not where they need to be educationally. But by donating to the United Way of Southeastern Idaho, we are combating this problem locally. Donating is affordable because it does not have to be any certain amount, and it is also convenient because it can be done in as little as 5 minutes. Our youth will one day become the leaders of our community as well as our country. And their education is important to society's success. So make a donation to the United Way of Southeastern Idaho to help the children in your family get the education they deserve.